We're solving multiplication and division equations on this homework. Problem number 7 is 2/5 multiplied by y equals 16. The first thing we need to do is, well, we want to isolate the variable, and I don't want to know what 2/5 y is. I want to know what 1y is. If I know 1y, I know y because of the multiplicative identity. So I can change 2/5 y into 1y by multiplying 2/5 by its reciprocal, 5/2. 2/5 multiplied by 5/2 is 1. But if I multiply the left side of the equation by 5/2, I need to multiply the right side of the equation by 5/2. And so, you see these 5's cancel, they both become 1, the 2's both become 1, and that's why we did it, because when you multiply reciprocals, you get a product of 1, that's the multiplicative inverse. So 1y is equal to this product, which, there's a common factor of 2 here for 16 and 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 16 divided by 2 is 8. 8 times 5 is 40, so 40 over 1, which is just 40. So 1y is y, that's the multiplicative identity, and 40 divided by 1 is 40, so y is 40. We'll of course check it by substituting that value back in to the original equation. So 2/5 multiplied by 40 should equal 16. 5 and 40 have a common factor of 5. 5 divided by 5 is 1. 40 divided by 5 is 8. 2 8s is 16, so we get 16 over 1 equals 16. So now we see the reflexive property confirming our variable value is in fact 40. Problem 6 says the mean of a set of 12 numbers is 5 4/10. Write a division equation to find the sum of the numbers. Solve the equation you wrote, and what is the sum of the numbers. So I'm going to ask you to try to do that during the pause. Write an equation for the sum of the numbers, and then try to solve it to identify the sum, and then of course check it, and then you can check how you did when you get back from the pause.
Paused.
We know that the sum divided by 12 is the definition of the mean. So if the mean is 5.4, in other words, if we knew the sum of the numbers and we divided it by 12 numbers, we would get the mean. So this might be the equation you wrote, which is fine. I prefer to write show division in my algebraic equations as a fraction. So s divided by 12 equals 5 4/10. And the reason I like that is it makes it more clear when you multiply by 12 why we're multiplying by 12, because you can see the 12 12s. These 12s will both cancel out because they have a common factor of 12. And if I'm multiplying by 12 on the left side of the equation, I need to multiply by 12 on the right side. 12 divided by 12 is 1, 12 divided by 12 is 1, and so I get 1s equals this product, which is I was multiplying tenths, so 1 decimal place, by wholes, so 0 decimal places. So I should have 1 decimal place in my answer, so 64.8. When I do a quick estimate, I'll just consider this 5. 5 times 12 is 60, so my actual product looks correct to me. So that 1s is 64.8, so s is 64.8. That also seems reasonable because if the mean is 5.4, 60 divided by 12 is 5, so this looks like a reasonable answer. Of course, we'll check it just to be sure. The sum divided by 12 should give us our mean of 5.4. So 64.8 divided by 12 should equal 5 4/10. 64 8/10 divided by 12. My divisor is a whole number, so I don't need to move any decimals. I just need to line up this decimal in my quotient. There are 0 12s in 6. There are 5 12s in 64 because 5 times 12 is 60. Subtract, I get a difference of 4, and I bring down this 8. There are 4 12s in 48. with a remainder of 0, so this quotient is exactly 5.4, as we hoped. That confirms it with the reflexive property. And so the sum is 64 and 8/10. I hope that helped with the homework.